Okay, are we live? What up, ladies and gents? It's your favorite Asian robot right here, and welcome back to the First Descendant. Today, we're tackling one of the biggest questions that every player has right now. How do I level up my Descendants and Weapons fast? It's a new season, there's new builds you guys want to try out. You need to level up your stuff fast, right? With the latest update, Season 3, Episode 2, it's more important than ever to get your builds ready, especially if you want to make the most out of your Crystallization Catalysts, or as we call them, donuts. In this video, I'll break down exactly where you can farm the most XP, which missions give the best returns, and how you can stack your loadouts effectively to maximize gains for both your Descendants and your weapons, all without wasting time. This method works if you're a new player grinding through early content, or if you're in the end game trying to perfect your build for characters like Harris, Gley, Bunny, Haley, or any other main. So grab your favorite loadout, let's get into the best XP farming routes and donut strategies in the First Descendant. The donut strategies are a bonus though, because we're going to focus on XP first. Now, here's a little thing before we get into this. All right, let me just say this. Right now, I'm pushing to try and get 200 viewers on my streams, no matter what I stream. If we actually reach this goal, we'll be doing cash giveaways for you guys. All right, so I just want to put that out there. Thank you very much if you help me to reach that. Now, when it comes to leveling up, all right, the previous method, the old school style from previous seasons, no longer works. I'm actually not sure when they changed this, and I'm so sorry for missing it. All right, big thank you to my chat. Thank you to Leaf for pointing this out, because I was actually wrong on stream. All right, previously, let me just give you a little taste of what we used to do in the past. Leveling up fast, all right, and it still is fairly fast, but it's not the fastest anymore. Leveling up fast used to be go to Albion resource defense. All right, you just do the defense mission constantly, and you would level up both your weapon and Descendant fast. But now that's no longer the case. Things have changed. All right, I will explain the changes to you, but this is also no longer one of the best gold farms. In fact, gold farming I think is better on the Blockade, but we'll test that separately another day. All right. What you got to understand here is that although it's not shown, defense missions are only for weapon XP. All right, although you can still level your Descendants here, it's a lot slower. Blockades are now the place where you can get Descendant XP, and it gives way more Descendant XP, less on the weapon XP. All right, so let me start by showing you. I'll just do quick 2 waves and show you an example. When it comes to your Kuiper mine blockade, all right, we'll use Bunny. Now, it's ideal if at least one person on the team, maybe they're doing community service or farming gold. If one person on the team has Bunny, this goes by really fast. I'm just going to show you a demonstration with my Bunny build. We're only going to clear 2 waves, but it really won't take long. And what I want to do is I want to show you the screen where it gives you the extra XP. This is all XP that will go to your Descendant. Make sure you equip your boosters as well. Descendant XP boosters would be ideal here. And of course, you can equip gold drop boosters. But if you want a full breakdown of the methodology, you can always ask on stream. That being said, the methodology is fairly simple. All right, if you've got 4 friends, everybody clears the objective. Remember, the XP range is 150 meters, so try not to go 150 meters away from each other. But if you can clear 2 or 3 of these objectives at once, you can actually finish this entirely in 5 minutes, which we did live on stream, and that was super awesome. It takes about 30 seconds to start, which is pretty standard. Just wait around here with your Bunny. Make sure you've got your Vortex on. All right, if at least one person has a Bunny on a Vortex, this goes by a lot more quickly. All right? So, let us begin. Now, once you're here and you ride around, you already start building up electricity, right? Travel over to point A, activate this, and as soon as you can, get straight back on your bike. All right, once you've already triggered it, right, you can use your bike to ride around fast and just zap it with electricity. That's it, 1 wave done. All right, you understand that? So this is what you're going to be doing with Bunny.
What are they doing that requires so much security? Judging by that ridiculously large digger, they're definitely.
If you want to go even faster, you can do something like this, but make sure you've triggered your ability first. All right, only once your ability is triggered. All right, once you've already got it on, you can just start drifting around. All right, just start drifting around like you're in Need for Speed Underground, and you're pretty much good to go. If the boss spawns, right, what we usually do is just go around doing that. We'll pop the head shield. Once the head shield's popped, it's dead. Okay, so that's it. That's 2 waves cleared in just a short little while. Now, what I want you to do is take a look down there. Okay, I'm going to remove my cam really quickly. Oh my god, my cam is not moving. All right. Do you see that? It gives you XP here. All right, this XP is your Descendant XP. All right, I will show you the difference now with a defense mission, but this is your Descendant XP, which is why the Kuiper Mine Blockade which gives extra Descendant XP, is the best for leveling up your Descendants. In 2 runs, you will go from 0 to 40. In fact, during the second run, assuming you start at level 1, during the second run, you'll actually be able to put a catalyst in before the run officially ends, and that will allow you to maximize your XP gains, because you'll actually like be able to put in the donut catalyst mid-run and therefore squeeze more XP out of it. So every 2 runs, basically, you're going to go from 1 to 40. So if you need to level up your Descendant, Blockade is the way. Now let's talk about weapons. If you need to level up your weapons, you need to go to defense. For this, you might want to grab your Freyna, all right? So if you have my old Freyna build, that's good enough. Okay, that's good enough. My old Freyna build is all you will need.
New subscriber detected.
Oh, new subscriber. Hey, thank you very much. Sorry, I'm supposed to turn these alerts off when I'm filming, but completely forgot. Okay, now, let's go put on Freytua. I haven't done her inversion up, but that's completely fine. Okay, we're going to go back to the same terminal, right? And now we're going to select the defense mission. The defense mission is where you go if you have to level up a weapon. When you are leveling up a weapon, please remember that you have to keep the weapon in your hands. All right, so it's pretty important to do that. That's why... Did I just vanish? Anyway, that's why at least one person on the team should have Freyna. All right, I'm going to show you what to do as Freyna, but if you're bringing some other character and you're holding the weapon in their hand, that's completely fine. You just have to have a way of killing enemies. The defense mission is what you will be using to do this. Freyna, of course, is the best because she can just spread her toxin everywhere and win. Okie dokie day. Alright. Now, you want to make sure you've got at least Veil Analyzer in your Secret Garden. Secret Garden being the stat stick for Freyna. But this will help you pop the RK shields as well really fast. So what you want to do is you want to stand around here-ish. Okay, the whole area is within 150 meters. But you need to be able to target all 3 spawn zones. 1 there, 1 center, and 1 left. Alright, so as soon as enemies spawn, spit at that one. Okay, send this to the other side, turn around. Now the right-hand side is usually the furthest, but as you can see, they're all dying, right? So this is all you have to do, and the wave is done. So if you've got a good Freyna build, well, rather, if you've got my Freyna build, sorry, I realize I'm a bit too far to the left-hand side. Okay, same thing. In fact, if you spawn the wave fast enough, your toxin puddles will actually last, so you won't actually need to spawn them again. And that's basically it. And then the boss will spawn. Where is that guy? Your doggo can run around collecting the gold for you. All right, but because your doggo's collection range is 60 meters, you might want to go a little bit close, at least. All right, and that'll help. Sometimes the boss doesn't spawn quite normally. This has been a bug ever since the new update, but if not, right, just go where the marker is and he should spawn. Once he spawns, it's not too much of a problem. Okay, spread the toxin and you're pretty much good to go. Okay, boss down, easy. All right, and that's it. Now, when we get to this part, take note that, do you see the weapon symbol there? Do you see the gun symbol right there? Okay, this one gives extra weapon XP. So that's why the defense mission, you can still level up your Descendant here, but it's a lot slower. Weapons will go a lot faster here. You can still level up your weapons in the Blockade, but it'll go a lot slower. So take note of these bonuses, because now defense is for weapons, whereas the Blockade is for actual leveling of Descendants, all right? So let's abort that now. Now we're going to talk about other locations for leveling up. All right, I'm going to run through these really quickly because these, I'm not going to show you examples. Instead, I'm just going to show you where the locations are and what we use them for. All right, I'll explain the pros and cons of each. Okay, so please do pay attention because I'm going to run through this as quickly as possible. I'm going to aim to do it in 2 minutes. Okay, all right, other alternative sources of leveling. Okay, you can use the 400% missions for leveling. All right, this is more if you also, like, let's say your character is already strong and can clear, but maybe you've got like 1 or 2 catalysts to put in. A lot of people will go to the 400%. Why? Because as you clear the 400%, you can get 2 amorphous each run, which you can use to open up for the Crystallization Catalyst blueprint. This is also the fastest way that you can get your donut blueprints, because as you run through these, all right, you grab these, then you can just take the amorphous over to the shaping device next to an A and open them all up. That's how you get your catalyzation blueprints, and it's so easy now. All right, so you want to get donuts, then you can, and level up at the same time, you can use the 400%. The other alternative is Sigma Sector. Make sure you do these once per day, okay, Broken Boundary and the other, once per day for the Ancient Ancestor module loot. But when you run here, you will get Descendant XP, Weapon XP, all right, and Arcade Tuning. Arcade Tuning is necessary for every character. So on my stream, for those of you that catch the stream after this video, I'll be leveling up Harris's Arcade Tuning in the Sigma Sector. So this is where you can go. But if you also have to level up, or if you just want to get some extra levels in your character, this is one of the places you can do it. Sigma Sector is an excellent choice for this stuff. So definitely you will want to give it a go. All right? Sigma Sector is very useful for this kind of thing. All right. Other than that, there is another place you can level up, Axian Plains. This is one of the fastest ways to get reactors or just a whole bunch of other components and blueprints and stuff. This is endgame content though. So what you will do here is that although it's not really suitable for leveling, it can be useful specifically for arcade tuning. Arcade tuning while also farming a perfected reactor. All right. This is one of the best locations to do so. Make sure you go into an operational area. Go into the operational area and make sure you're in public so that other players can join you. And basically that's it. This is one of the great locations that you can use when farming reactors, and maybe you just want to top up one level for your character, or you want to top up some arcade tuning but you're bored of Sigma Sector. This can be a great place to go as well. Of course, don't forget to do the wall crasher if you have a suitable build. If not, and you're building up to it, maybe you want to stick to the other areas. All right, and that is about it. That is every single leveling location that is solid in TFD. Now, why have I not mentioned things like Void Erosion Purge? Okay, Void Erosion Purge is for cores. It's not really for leveling. The other one is Void Vessel. Void Vessel is more for just farming materials. It's not really a great place for leveling. However, you can get a fair amount of RK Factor XP, which you're seeing right there. So you can get a fair amount of RK Factor XP, or if you are using skill-based Descendants and you just want to get some extra weapon XP, you can get that here too. But is it a good place for leveling? Not really. All right. Because mostly these are like endgame content. Same with the Supermassive Receptor. You really don't want to be here because although the arcade tuning is great here, you really will probably not want to be doing the leveling there. There are better places for it. All right, that basically covers everything you need to know in this video. Crystallization Catalysts, how do you get them? Go straight to 400%, open up the Amorphous at the device next to an A, you're good. All right, all of the other areas are honorable mentions. Remember, the best thing is the Special Operation Hard Mode. These two are your bread and butter when it comes to leveling. They are your bread and butter when it comes to leveling. They are the two locations you will need the most. Kuiper Mine Blockade, one last quick summary, is for leveling up your Descendants. Okay, it's for leveling up your Descendants. That's this one right here. And the other one, the defense, Albion Resource Defense, is for leveling up your weapons. All right, that's it. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All right. These are the most efficient ways you can level up your Descendants and Weapons fast in the First Descendant. If you found this guide helpful, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, turn on notifications, because if I can get to 200 viewers per stream, doesn't even matter if you're watching the stream. As long as the stream is on, playing, all right, you've got at least 1 pixel of sound, and of course you're not using ad block or whatever, do that. If I can reach 200 viewers who just do that every stream that I stream, all right, doesn't matter whether you're watching or not, you just help me do that. The second we get to 200 viewers per stream for a week, I'll start doing the cash giveaways. So, thank you very much. Don't miss my next upload. I'll be covering new builds, farming routes, meta updates as Season 3 Episode 2 continues to evolve. Let me know in the comments which Descendant you're leveling right now, and if you found a faster way to farm XP or donuts, I'd love to test it out and feature it in a future video. Thanks for watching. I'm Real Asian Robot, and I'll see you guys for the next First Descendant guide. All right? Catch you later, and y'all have a good day now.